This customer's come all the way from London to see us for a big upgrade. Stay tuned to see what we're about to do. So this i3 is going to have a big upgrade today, and well, first off, it looks amazing with this colour scheme, probably one of my favourites. Almost looks a little bit like a ghost, or a bit stealthy with the black and white. But what we're going to put on today, well, if you follow me over to the bench, I'll show you. We're going to go with our signature suspension setup, which is a set of AST lowering springs, some wheel spacers, as well as locking wheel nuts as well. So that's going to make it look wider and lower, and it's going to help the handling out massively. We're also going to install or put on our signature geometry setup with this car as well. So it's going to be handling fantastic. But if you pan around here, we're also going with some Maxton Design parts. So AST Schnitzer are no longer producing any parts for i3s. Massive shame in many ways, but there's other options. So we've gone for a full Maxton kit with this particular car, which is going to transform the way it looks. So I'm interested to see what this looks like, because we've never done a full kit before, although we've fit in many Maxton Design parts. This particular boot spoiler is on my personal car as well, so I know what that bit looks like. Other 3 bits are going to be new to us. So we're going to get those on today and see what it looks like, and we're going to take some nice footage while we do it. So we'll see you guys at the end. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this one looks. Never know, maybe this will be the new beginning for Maxton and i3s. Move over ACS, let's see what this one looks like. See you guys at the end. So all wrapped up here, and well, we thought since it's actually sunny for once in the UK, we'll get the car out to our favourite spot just around the corner and do a few bits of videography and photos. So yeah, it's all on, and well, first impressions are it looks mean, doesn't it, more than anything else. That front lip is really chunky. I like the vertical uprights in the middle part, just gives it a bit more aggression. Looks amazing. But how does it fit? Well, actually it fit really nicely. We have opted to use our own fitting kit, so although Maxton give you bolts and washers and nuts, we actually opt to install this in a slightly different way, which means you can still remove it without having to rip sealant off or something similar to that, and it's easier to do so. So we've used jack nuts and riv nuts, which basically mean we can bolt straight into it, into the bumper and through the splitter, which means it's easy access and makes for, if you do need to change it down the line, that little bit less troubling. So not necessarily the most straightforward fitment way that we've done it, but it ensures longevity. So there's the front splitter. If you pan round to the side of the car, then you'll see the side skirts. So again, these just are, well, they sit a little bit lower than effectively where the standard skirt is. It's not by much. It's not going to start compromising ride height or going over bumps, that sort of thing. The only thing to make note is when you get in the car, remember you've got a set of side skirts on there now, whereas you didn't before, because it really does scallop away. We did actually have to trim the side skirt just to allow relief marks and points for the jacking system, jacking points. So that's something to sort of make note if this is something you want doing in the future. That's an element that needs to be addressed. Obviously, looking from the front end and the side, you can see it's now got the AST lowering springs as well as the wheel spacers on, which make it sit so much better. This is one of the biggest things or most popular things, upgrades that we do to these cars. And well, one, it looks amazing. It still rides really nicely. It doesn't lose comfort, which some other spring manufacturers can. So it looks amazing as it's sat right now. It will settle down a bit more. This is only done around 10 miles, which we need to do before we stick on our signature alignment setup. But what I'm going to do now is flip the car around. Let's have a look at the back end, because that's when stuff gets really interesting back there. Car switched around, we're now at the back end. So straight away you can see this boot spoiler cap, as it's called. For me, I think it's a nice touch. I don't think it looks too aftermarket, which is actually quite a good thing. So even for those guys looking at home and you might be thinking to yourself, maybe that kit's not for me, well, the spoiler cap's still quite a nice addition. So big fan of this one, and this is already what I've got on my car at the moment. This diffuser, however, this is what adds the real aggression towards the back. For me, again, the bumper's quite sort of rounded, and this adds a little bit more sort of shape and style and design to it. So adds a bit more to the whole overall feel to the car. So package complete. As I said, we're really happy with it. It fits really nicely. And I was saying to the guys earlier behind the scenes, the difference between a good product and a bad product is where it fits the edges of bumpers and side skirts, and everything is millimeter perfect, and that's a really good sign that whoever's designed it has done a really good job, because everything's just really sharp on the edges, which fits great. So we're really pleased about that. Obviously, let's talk about the cost quickly. So now, we don't have any promotion from Maxton. They're not giving us parts for free. We're buying these for customers. So what do I personally think at the price point? Well, this whole kit comes in at around £700 plus then shipping, which is worth factoring in. So the whole kit comes in around £740 delivered. And I think that's really good value for money. Okay, it's a gloss black piece of plastic at the end of the day, so it's not going to be the same sort of cost as a carbon fibre part, but that's just compared to the likes of the AC Schnitzer front splitter alone. Well, it's nearly half the price of the AC Schnitzer front splitter alone for the entire pack. So big cost saving, looks fantastic, it does fit great. But the other thing to consider, if you want someone like ourselves or someone else out there to install it properly, then it's going to almost cost the same amount again just to get it installed, because this entire installation done to our specification, belt and braces, it probably took us best part of 7-8 hours. Okay, we might shave an hour off on the next kit because we've done a few of these now, but at the same point, it is worth considering there is a little bit of cost in the actual installation process. So hopefully that gives you a bit of idea and a bit of background behind the kit itself. Obviously, if you do want this kit fitted with ourselves, get in touch. But before I get bitten by a wasp or a fly here, I'm going to sign off and say thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video.